Yawaha, yawaha, waha, 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 hawar, hawar, reina, reina, hawar, 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 hawar. No time like the present. It is time to reintroduce myself. It is time to show up as the path. The path, the path, the path, the dragon path. It's so interesting because, like, of course, I'm like, reintroduce myself. So you're thinking I'm gonna talk about my name and who I am and all the things, and then I say I'm the path. And it's beautiful because one of my greatest teachers, basically the person, the entity that I've been studying under, is the path. It's not a person. It's not other. It's not another. It's the journey. It's showing up every single day and deciding that I'm gonna do and I'm gonna be Dragons Love Cacao. So if you're new here, welcome. This is Dragons Love Cacao. Bear with me with the planes going by because LA is in a flight path and it's a good sign, right? It's a good sign to feel and hear airplanes here and there because this business is Dragons Love Cacao. This life for me is dragons, love, and cacao. And it's also dragons loving cacao. You see what I'm playing with here? It's a play on the frequencies of the heart, the frequencies of dragon beings, and the frequencies of the master plant, an ally of mine, which is IXCACAO. So if you are new here, I was going to say before I knocked the Jaguar off the altar that I am here in my Jaguar paw altar space outside. And we have a lot of Jaguar energy moving through this space because it has become the intentional grounding point where I tell the earth, where I sync with the earth, where I pray with her. And by the way, when I say earth, I mean the dragon that is this planet. I mean Gaia. I mean the mother. And you're here. You're here watching this because you're curious about dragons or about cacao or about energetics or grid work or Jaguar energy. Hello. You heard that at the beginning, right? Reina Jaguar. Reina Jaguar. Jaguar is Jaguar in Spanish. We're here. I'm here reintroducing why I am the path and why the path for me is Dragons Love Cacao. So I'm going to rewind a little bit and travel us back to 2022. It was the year that I left Europe with the call of the ancestors to return to the Americas after I had been gone for a little bit over a year, but I hadn't been in Guatemala or Mexico Mayan lands for a few years, since 2019. And it's now 2022, and I am feeling the call of returning to Mayan lands, furthering my connection with cacao, and here I am buying that one-way ticket to Guatemala. Because my business, because this heart-centered brand that is more to me than I can put into words in a video, that means more to me than a business. It's a path. It's a choice. It's an alignment. And it's not one born of hubris. It's one born of a deep knowing that medicine is all around us and within us. And when we choose to remember our medicine, inherent medicine, God source given, birthed into us medicine, not the kind that you need to study for and be certified for. I'm talking about the essence of humanity being medicinal if they choose to align with the heart. That is how this all came about. And from 2022, Guatemala, Lago Atitlan, the dragons invited me to launch Dragons Love Cacao and open the first portal, which was full of incredible frequencies and teachings about cacao and alchemy and the elements. And it was just the doorway in, peeking into what was to come. And I launched Dragons Love Cacao on the 14th of February. Maybe you know it, maybe you know the date. It just so happens that that was the alignment. Valentine's Day, right? The day of love. How ironic. The day of love was the day that the dragon said, put yourself forth, put yourself out there in that position that is aligned with dragons, the heart, and the heart medicine from Americas. So launching Dragons Love Cacao in 2022 from Guatemala was one of the greatest joys of my life. I would even say of my career and my trajectory up until this point, because I got to do it from a sacred location that had been a little bit of a tease the first time I went to Guatemala, which was 2019. And that journey was a journey of water, was a journey of purging, was a journey that connected to jaguars and connected to cacao and connected to coffee and connected to bloodlines and Mayan memories. But it was not the higher octave that would have invited me into Lago Atitlan, which is one of the most sacred places within the country of Guatemala. You may have heard of it. You may know that there is a spiritual air about this location, that people are drawn here from all over the world to discover more about themselves, about the Mayan lands, about cacao, about spiritual themes, sensuality, sexuality. There's a lot that this location has to offer. But for me, what it unlocked was the records of Earth, the memories of Earth, the memories of time, of humanity across time and space, I should say, across time and space, because it is my belief and my understanding that Lago Atitlan, the lake, formed around 85,000 years ago, is one of the mirrors that reflects to us the records of Earth's history. Just like the Sphinx in Egypt, holding the records, keeping the memories alive between that lioness that you might call the Sphinx. The records are available in Atitlan. And if you come with the right heart intention, she opens to you and she gifts you memory memory does not come without challenge. Memory does not come without, in Spanish it's desafío, like things to face. Remember, lakes are mirrors. Waters are mirrors. So they reflect, they show us what is, what was, what could be, right? All possibilities. And it's our desire often to then make choices based on what we've seen, what we've remembered, what we've experienced within the soul's journey, across, again, time and space. I hope this is landing. I'm just streaming it in, so take it for what it is. It's frequency. If you're still here with me, great. I'm gonna keep going. So, Dragons Love Cacao was born on the lake that reflects Earth's history, that reflects humanity, memory, the waters, the sacral chakra. It's the sacral chakra of Guatemala as I know it. And I had already connected with the lake that is the sacral chakra of the planet, which is Lago Titicaca on the border. It shares Bolivia and Peru, have this lake, this giant lake that is the sacral chakra for the whole planet. But then we zoom the lens into Guatemala as a country, as a collective in Central America, and she holds the sacral chakra of Guate. So Guate is interchangeable with Guatemala for me. Guate is a sound code in and of itself. Gua being water, te being two things. It means tree. It means also like me. It's kind of reflexive. So like my water, my waters, or waters and trees. It's up to you how you feel to connect with it. But it's a sound code, and it's a shorter way of saying Guatemala. So you'll hear me saying Guate, and you'll know I mean that country, that location, that land, that vast, vast land that stole my heart through challenge, not through ecstasy, through mother effing challenge. In 2019, the first time that I touched down in that country. You may have been on this journey along with me, and you may know that I've talked about going through certain activations in my ears, where my ears bled and my ears infected and my ears literally were the point of challenge for truth and authenticity for me. And so 2019 was this marking moment where I could either heal what was blocked, ancestrally blocked from other lifetimes, truth and authenticity specifically, and the power, right? The power of sound, of listening, of speaking, the authority of the voice, of vibration, the essence that comes from this space, right? I've been shown that the ears with the throat chakra and the third eye chakra are like two pyramids. So a pyramid on top from the ears to the third eye, and a pyramid on the bottom reflected from the ears to the throat. And this was shown to me through the frequencies of Egypt. You might hear some things about Egypt here and there because they're very connected to the Mayan lineages. They're very connected to Earth's revelations. This is a time of revelation. This is a time of stepping forward, stepping up, stepping in, up, forward, and in our truth, whatever that might be. And if you're struggling, or if you're challenged, or if you're facing the reflection that you don't know what your truth is, that you don't know what your authentic frequency is, or that you waver, right? You have glimpses, right? It feels dragon, it feels heart expansive, it feels powerful, it feels like love, it feels like everything. It feels like home. But you might kind of swing back into doubt, into fear, into inferiority, into silencing. And you need, or you crave, or you desire to be held, to be seen in that frequency that you've already touched, you've already reached, you've already gone within and known, felt, believed, right? That is real. That you are dragon, that you are jaguar. And that this planet needs you to show up as powerful as you truly are. So with that being said, I'm gonna share a little more about Reina Jaguar. I haven't said my name yet, so I'm Ariana del Rio. My name means silver of the river. I am a dragon, I am human, and I am a bridge for many, 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 many dimensions and peoples and languages and frequencies and cultures. And I love that I came here with gifts and also my own bumps and hurdles to overcome, because when we're on the path, we are the path, but we're also on the path. When we are the path and we face, right? We face things, we face ourselves, we're trying to remember, we're calling in that remembrance. We get reinvigorated, rejuvenated every time things like land in the body, land in the physical, in the vessel. Something that cannot be read, that cannot be like experienced by proxy, by watching somebody else do it. It has to be lived. It has to be your path. And where am I going with this? And yeah, so for me, the dragon journey was kind of kicked off by certain dragon themes that were coming up in the land, a little bit in a book here and there, or a transmission from somebody that was resonant at that early stage of my awakening. But truly lived, experienced, anchored, integrated, and grounded back into the earth through life, through living, through the ups and downs, through flying and crashing like a lightning bolt into the ground face first, and feeling like I needed to start over, or that the universe was not in favor of me being this frequency, or I wasn't surrounded by the right people or the right environment to nurture and to allow me to grow and develop into the dragon human that I was becoming. But none of that was true. It was like, nah, you were exactly where you needed to be. You were going through exactly the trials that you were supposed to, because your destiny is massive. Your destiny is divine. And I'm saying this about me, but I'm reflecting it to you. Your destiny is divine. Dragon and divinity. Dragon and human and divinity. They're one and the same for me. Humans are divinity. Dragons are divinity. It's just we've spent so much time arguing about what's up there and what's down here, and this is the higher, this is the lower. Like, at the end of the day, They all need to be married right in this space, in this vortex of the heart. This journey has been, it's going on 10 years of rediscovering who I am, seeking avenues of freedom, freedom in travel, freedom in flight, freedom in connections, moving around the grid, serpentining around the grid to meet myself in all of the mirrors, in all of the people, in all of the places, in all of the activated spots of the planet that I called into my reality as a grid worker at heart. You will hear a lot of people saying everybody is a grid worker. These days, that's where the mentality is. And I will say to that, everybody could be a grid worker, but there's a difference between being a grid worker and a conscious grid worker. So I will say that if you're a dragon grid worker, you are consciously working with dragon energy. You are consciously choosing that your life force invigorates, inspires, lights up the planet, the dragon mother, Gaia. Because where we're headed as a collective, as a planet, is up, is back to this home frequency that includes so much more than what's here on Earth. What's here on Earth is exciting. It's I was gonna say a once in a lifetime opportunity, but maybe it's more like this lifetime feels like once in a lifetime, because I've consciously decided that I will never forget again. If I come back as human, I will never forget who I am anymore. So definitively, this is the lifetime. Maybe you feel the same. This is the lifetime, the last one where you come out of amnesia to then rise into your power, into your fullness, into your greatness, into what this planet needs. And it's exciting times in Year of the Serpent. It was really started picking up its frequency and vitality last year in Year of the Dragon. And we're closing out this wave with Year of the Serpent 2025. Around February of 2026, you will really see who has grounded, who has landed the plane back to this reality and decided, this is my frequency. Dragon frequency gets to move through me here. And so this is where I'm going to bring in the Jaguar. The Jaguar has always been part of the journey with Guatemala and Mexico. I have Mayan heritage from the lands of Mexico, Yucatan. Think of, Tulum, Chichen Itza, and that region. And when I discovered that, I had already taken a pilgrimage to those lands where I went from temple to temple, reconnecting with serpent energy, reconnecting with magic, reconnecting with the power of the land, the power of water. I traveled 3 states extensively in a 2-week period in 2015 in the Yucatan, Quintana Roo, and Chiapas. And what was begun there was continued in 2019 in Guatemala, in 22 in Guatemala, and in 2024, last year in Guatemala. So 3 journeys in Guatemala now have activated, have landed this Jaguar Queen energy in me. And I'm being asked now, I'm being invited, but also asked to bring this forward, to open the hearts, to open the channels for a really divine feminine stream You could say it's connected to Venus, it's connected to Sirius, Pleiades, there's a little bit of Orion in there. There's a lot of energies of the cosmos that are in support, Draco, in support of us anchoring these frequencies, these codes, these future possibilities. I am the seed in Maya time. My signature is 7 and the seed. The seed is also the star Venus. So for me, this life is about bringing Earth closer to Venus and letting Venus come closer to Earth. Again, being that bridge between the two. And Reina Jaguar specifically is an invitation for you to journey with the grids that have activated me, specifically last year in 2024. It could expand. I might be adding Lecatitlan as a month and possibly Rio Dulce as a month, the Caribbean as another month. This really started as a vision for a 3-month live journey with a group of women. But what I'm seeing going forward is this isn't about a one-time thing. This isn't about let's activate them in the frequencies and then move on to the next thing. This is a legacy. This is a slow down. We're going to be here a while. You haven't mastered, Ariana, you haven't mastered these frequencies so that you could just rush through them with other people who want to feel and connect and be divinely guided. Not by me, by the Jaguar, by Ish, by Balam. These are 2 names for Jaguar, Ish and Balam. And by the mother of the Mayan lands, which is IXCACAO. It just so happens that Cacao has the name Jaguar within her. IXCACAO, Jaguar, Cacao. How is it that they're so connected? How is it that one shows up every time I'm drinking in the Mayan lands as a frequency, not as a vision, as a knowing, as like a, it's me, it's my body, these are my Jaguar spots that are, that are part of me, that have always been here, that I just didn't know how to walk like the Jaguar. I didn't know how to be in this material realm for so long. I was constantly trying to escape it. I was constantly trying to connect to something higher. And it's so interesting because the Jaguar is this mother energy, this earth energy, this galactic and also just shamanic and inner earth energy. She's part of this earth. She's the pulse. She's the core of this planet in Maya terms. But for me as well, as I've learned, as I've trialed and errored with cacao, as I've trialed and errored with dragon energy and moving through the grids and getting yeses in some places and getting no's, these places aren't ready, or you're not ready, or come back or step away, It's been a process, it's been a journey. And what is developing is something much more expansive, much more stretched, right? I want you to feel like you're swimming in Jaguar energy, in Mayan energy, in cacao energy and frequencies, in light, in water, in fire. And that's what I'm offering. That's what this invitation is. And it is a live 3-month portal, Cacao Dragon portal, which you can join by June 21st as the last day to enter. But if you don't, come maybe August or so, there will be this spaciousness, this portal for you to just dive into on your own. That is going to be 6 months or a year long. and you will have access to everything that we are doing live, but you will be doing it at your pace, on your schedule, in the devotional stretch of time that you need. This is something that I've learned about the spiritual path. As much as we think, we have to pack it all in. The next thing, the next place, the next teachings, the next medicine. There is more to gain from slow drip and one paw in front of the other. So please take this as your inspiration to walk your Jaguar path, to be curious about what Jaguar energy is, to be curious why you've been drawn to this video, to be curious about what Reina Jaguar could mean for you if you travel 6 months or 3 months or 1 year with these energies. And with my support and my field of, I'm hearing expertise, so I'm going to say it, expertise, but also the frequencies that are embodied in me, the frequencies that are me because of everything I've already shared with you. I'm a big fan of walk your talk. I'm a big fan of, if you're gonna say it, then you better back it up. You better back it up with the frequencies. And the whole journey of preparing to put out Reina Jaguar has been a test for me to see if I could anchor this into the earth in an authentic, heart-centered way, where I don't get caught up in numbers and comparison and, you know, going back in my hermit cave because I don't know if I can do this. It's so big. It's such big energy. It's really out there. I don't know how necessarily how it's gonna really go. I have an idea, I have a vision, and yet I'm along for the ride. And I know that when I say yes to things with dragons and cacao and the heart, that there's a lot of things that cannot be predicted or even imagined until they're happening. And so I want to let you know, come without expectation. Come because your heart is like pounding as I'm speaking, and you just know. You just know that this is for you. And you just know that there's something still missing about community and about resonance, right? While you have been curious and exploring and traveling and looking into things like dragons or grid work or cacao or the Americas, whatever it is, we're on this journey together, whether or not you're in the live version. And if you're not in the live version in 2025, don't worry, because there will be another live version in 2026. But you don't have to wait for that. You don't have to wait for that if you're being nudged, like sign up by June 21st. Solstice, it's a perfect time for you to decide that you're ready to shine, that you're ready for your light to burst out of your body, your solar plexus, right? Because the world is ready for your light. I was going to say isn't ready for all that you are, but it is. And if you're not shining forth, you're missing out on this wave, like I said, dragon to serpent year, and grounding it all, right? Like ground that plane, land that Jaguar plane, that Jaguar queen energy down here, and watch the world shift around you. Watch the people inquire and shift around you as you've shifted. A lot of new things are on the horizon for us. Conscious grid work is the path, the the path that this dragon right here is choosing to share with the world right now. And it will lead to the first Dragon's Love Cacao retreat in Guatemala. I'm hoping 2026. So just know that priority for that retreat is gonna be for women that have been in this container. I'm excited. I am the Jaguar. I am here, like fully giving this life my heart and my soul. Each of these Jaguars have been different markers in the journey of my story with Guatemala, my story with Mexico, my story with Mayan lands, basically. And I'm gonna show you these temples, which were part of the initiations in Tikal last year. Tikal is one of the 3 grid points that we're gonna explore in the 3-month container, and it's the crowning energy. It's like the top. It's the crown chakra of the 3-month journey, and we will be crowned on Lionsgate. We will be crowned in our frequency as we drink cacao together live. After me fasting from physically drinking cacao for 68 days. So I'm only on day 8 today, and I'm gonna go all the way until 8/8 without consuming cacao. Because we have this relationship already, we have the profound journey that we've been on is so embedded. It's who I am. It's not what I do. It's not separate from me. It's like we've merged. We are one. And she just wants me to remember that whether I consume her or not, she's here. Always, always, always here within, guiding, right? I mentioned Venus. Cacao has come from Venus as a seed, and she just wants you to know, and this is a seed from Guatemala, a cacao seed from Guatemala. She wants you to know that if you want to remember her story, this is a first step. This is first contact with her greater story, right? I was talking about the Akashic records of Earth, but there is an Akashic records of Venus as well. And this journey with me, Reina Jaguar, is the first contact with that Venusian stream of remembrance. And it's going to be very, very valuable for the trajectory of this planet, right? We need people vibrating in a frequency that's still to come, right? Future oriented. We need people embodying the energy, the frequency that is still to come, right? That's how anything gets anchored here in the first place, right? Future timelines are only future timelines until somebody anchors them here, lives that frequency, vibrates that essence here and now. And if enough people vibrate it here, and I don't just mean vibrate it like I'm in meditation, I also mean live it out in the choices that we make from the heart frequency, from authenticity, from truth, from integrity. Oh my God, I haven't said the word integrity yet the whole recording. Integrity. Yes. Thank you, dragons. Thank you, cacao. Woo! Humble my ass. Okay. Integrity. Yeah. The seed. We are seeding a level of integrity that so far this planet has not truly vibrated at. And you're gonna just have to feel. You're gonna have to just put your hand on your belly or on your heart and know that the call is real and that I'm for real. And I will be overjoyed to guide, to walk next to you, to travel with you in the dream state, to travel with you here on earth too. Here. And in this temple from Tikal, this is a replica of the Reina Jaguar temple, temple number 2, Templo Dos, that I knew was coming home with me, that I knew was gonna be a part of my journey, my sacred work, my grid work. I just didn't know that it would be an entire legacy dedicated to this frequency, but it is. The Jaguar Queen Temple in Tikal is going to crown you on 8/8. So I'll see you in the portal. I'll see you in the live portal, the 6-month portal, or the year-long portal when you are ready. I welcome you with open arms, dragon wingspan, like and I hope you enjoyed the wild lion hair because it was just one of those days. So see you in the portal. This is my Jaguar. Oh. Of course we're not gonna get like a straight uncut. This is gonna go in the outtakes.